You got
Thunder?
OKC.
Yeah.
And I just saw the picks on ESPN. Everybody had the same. Everybody on the panel.
Shoot, that got me nervous.
They all had the Thunder in 6. Even Stephen A. And you know his record's not that good, right?
Yeah, he's not.
All right, but I don't think Steve's going to get this.
See this the brother on TV? I don't even know what he's doing. Who is that brother right there? That wasn't Roberto Clemente. The baseball.
Willie Stargell.
Willie Stargell, yeah. However, he was
Pops.
Pops was looking a little distraught. That's how I feel right now that you just told me everybody just picked.
Everybody and their uncle.
No, I got the Thunder. A couple of reasons. Number one, I think we've all just ignored greatness as far as the season. I'm not saying a great team all time, but it's been in our face, including the individual player, SGA, and including the team. I've sat here now for weeks talking about their point differential, had a historic rate, and now, including the playoffs, they have surpassed the Bulls the Warriors with the most wins by double digits. 61 wins this season, including the postseason, by double digits. That means they're just blowing out everybody night in, night out. We know what they've done defensively as well. They have so many different ways to come at you. We can come individually, man up. We have schemes where we can put guys in the middle. Caruso can guard any position, including Jokic, which is crazy. And then they have a guy who is doing other historic things on the offensive end. SGA scoring 30-plus points on 50% shooting for a couple of 2-3 years now, and the only other guy done that is Jordan. And so it's just remarkable what he's done. He goes right into the playoffs, done the same thing. Eastern Conference Finals, the MVP, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and now he's trying to be the Finals MVP. And I just think they're going to be too much. And it's kind of been a storm coming, Rob. 40 wins a couple of years ago, 57 last year, and disappointing exit in the playoffs last season. And now this one, they get to the finals. They won 68 games. And I just think they're sitting there like, duh, this was ours from the beginning. Why did you think we didn't have a chance to win this thing? So I think SGA, you put 30, 35 points on the board immediately when he's going to be playing. And what's going to be interesting to see, Tyrese Halliburton. My only concern for him is, does he understand, you and I talked about it, he needs to be aggressive at all times now. This isn't a normal game midweek in the middle of the season. This isn't a first round. This is the finals, and his team is going to need him every night to be aggressive. And it doesn't mean taking a bunch of shots. It just means trying to create for himself or others every single play. And but ultimately, I just think the Thunder are too much. So I have it in 5. Wouldn't be shocked if maybe it goes to 6. But I think it's just Thunder. I think they're too much, and it's just kind of been sitting there. We've all just ignored it.
Here's something that Rob just came down. You got a little breaking news, Rob G?
Shoot.
I don't know if it's breaking news, but it is important to this conversation.
It is breaking news.
OKC just announced their starters for tonight's Game 1. Isaiah Hartenstein has already been benched.
They
in favor
benched
of
him.
Kayson Wallace.
Like you all year, you've been doing this, and you're just talking about all the numbers. There's no reason to change. You remember when what's his name? Avery.
Avery Johnson?
Avery Johnson was coaching. Do you remember? And they lost. They were 8 seed against a 1, and he changed his lineup.
It was against the Warriors. The We Believe Warriors.
Warriors against the Dallas Mavericks, right?
That was 08.
Do you remember that? It was a 1 seed against the 8. He changed his lineup to accommodate them. And I'm not – and Stan Van Gundy did the same thing. You remember that was the big thing about Stan not being there. And when the moment came, that's when they went to the finals with Skip to Malou. And then Jameer Nelson.
And then that was a great point. Ray Austin was playing well.
He was
Skip
playing
was playing
well, and there was no reason.
He's still mad about that.
And remember,
to this day.
he should
to
be.
This day. Yeah.
Because Jameer Nelson hadn't played like in 3
injured.
months.
Yeah, he was injured.
And then they changed the lineup to get Jameer in there. And I know he was like their franchise guy.
He was an all-star, yeah,
but now you can't change. And I'm just going to say this. I know I'm the underdog. Everybody I saw has picked the Thunder, and I get it, and that's fine. I'm going to give the Pacers a chance at winning this, and my reasoning is simple. 2 things.
Okay.
They have something going. Seriously. In all 3 series, they were not supposed to win. And they've come up with unbelievable wins along the way to do that, which is incredible. And sometimes teams have something going. And I alluded to the 2004 Pistons, which was the team that was, star-studded and won all the games compared to the team that was a team. Like the Pistons to me is like the last team, team. Rob G, is that fair? Kelvin, you know the team. I'm asking Rob G as an outsider, as somebody who was a Laker fan, who didn't you expect to win that championship? Seriously.
I expected it to be a sweep.
Seriously. Like, you looked at it and you went, the Pistons are good. They had a nice season.
That's kind of crazy. I'm still shocked
really.
y'all really thought that. I'm not saying to pick the Lakers.
They were one of the biggest favorites in NBA Finals history.
Yeah, but I feel like where people watching, you were there. That Pistons team was having teams not score 70.
But they didn't care because they looked at where the Lakers were. And remember, when the Lakers came into that finals in 2004, they had won 3 in a row and then didn't win the year after.
Yeah.
But then they were
Came
right
back.
So they had won looking at 3 championships in 4 years, even though it was 3 in a row. You know, it's kind of weird to say.
I get what you mean.
Right? And people
they're looking
really,
to win 4 in
5 years.
Yeah.
And people fully expected. I told you this story before. J.A. Adonde, who was a columnist at the L.A. Times at the time, and when the Pistons won Game 1, you know, we're just eating in the press room, and he's like, oh, okay, this is over now. They'll win the next 4 and it'll be over. So, all right. You know, and then the Pistons lost Game 2.
Yep.
So then he's like, yeah, this will be over now. Now they got that 1 win. Okay, so we're not even coming back. They're going to win the next 3 games. They went to Detroit after the Pistons won Game 3. Well, now the Lakers will win the next. Now I was like, J.A., can you stop? Like, seriously. And all I'm going to say is Pacers have something going. Sometimes overwhelming and a first time where you don't know if they get behind or lose a game, how that can change. Here you are, you're already making a lineup change what might feel different, or why are we doing this? We've been so good. Why change? You know what?
I am trying to dissect they want to
what?
go smaller, a little faster.
But it's just a bad thing because what is it? Why? What are you doing here? This has worked. There's no reason to tinker with something that has been rolling all year long. And it was a blink. And we've seen some teams do that, and I don't think it's in their best interest. Just go with what you want. You can still start them, and if you just want to get somebody extra minutes, but don't all of a sudden, because then you're going to have people second-guess you. You're setting up the second guess.
But I think to their credit, the way this is Rob's, both of y'all, this is why the Thunder can do this, is because all year they have been united, almost to fault, meaning – they take away from the star moments because Jalen Williams had a great game, and everybody's there. SGA, you had another 40, but everybody's there. And they're so united that I agree. If this were the Knicks and you said Karl-Anthony Towns isn't starting and we're going to throw in Mitchell Robinson, we're going to throw in, another guard or something, Wright or something, or Shamet, then I could see you losing him. This Thunder team is built so much like a college, just frat house. They're all friends and all of that. I don't see this bothering them. I think he probably would go, this actually makes sense, Coach. I'm still going to get some minutes. I'm cool with that. Let's just win a championship.
Right. So I'm going to say Pacers in 6.
In 6?
Yep. Who you got?
Thunder in 5.
Because the only way they're going to win it, I don't believe the Pacers are going to win in 7. I think they have to do what they did against the Knicks. Do something shocking. Well, obviously they got to win tonight's game, and the format I know is 2-2 and then 1-1-1, right? Yeah.
Yes, they got rid of the Pistons. The reason they got rid of that 3.
So to me, if they're going to do that, they would have Game 6 at home. You know what I mean, and not Game 7. All right,
G, you got to quit hating, man. It's okay. The Lakers have 35 championships, 28, whatever, a million. It's okay.